I cannot believe it's that time already, but welcome back guys to the video that I do every single year, and it's usually around the same time, where we take a look into the future of ARK and see what's coming next year. This is the 2025 edition, and next year is looking really exciting for ARK, as we've actually got so much confirmed content and new DLCs coming our way, as well as an engine upgrade. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video, let's go for a crazy like target of over 1,000 likes on the famous video that I do yearly. Subscribe if you are new around here, and come and join the Discord if you're looking for servers to play on completely free. The link is in the description. We're a Discord with up to like 3,000 members. We've got 100 slots in every single server. So if you want to come make some friends, everyone's so lovely. It's a PvE kind of land. Then yeah, come and join us. Link in the description. So starting off with, if you guys don't know how I do this video, if this is the first one you've ever watched, we start off and we go through every single month of what we know so far. So we start off with January and end off the video in December. So let's begin in January. So January is going to be a fairly quiet month. It always is for ARK. It's never changed. It pretty much will just be bug fixes for Extinction and stability. You know, Wildcard were very late to releasing the the Extinction DLC this year. It was so close to the holidays, and they finally did it. Winter Wonderland is actually coming today. So that's Winter Wonderland number 2. So you guys will expect that update today, the 23rd of December 2024. But for January, it's going to be a lot of stability and bug fixes. So nothing really that exciting goes on with ARK, but I'm sure we'll still all be enjoying Extinction throughout January. Now, as we move into February 2025, this is where I've put the Unreal Engine 5.4 update, and I think it could be anywhere between January and February. It could be higher by then. It might not be Unreal Engine 5.4. It might be 5.6 by then. I'm not too sure what the most up-to-date one is right now, but Wildcard said whatever version it is what will be the upgrade for the game. This is one of the most anticipated updates for ARK Survival Ascended. It's what the game needs so much, and with the successful launch recently of Extinction, if Wildcard could get this performance upgrade and stability and an actual engine upgrade into Ascended, they could be looking at a very good 2025. It's probably the most, since the Extinction launch, it's probably the happiest I've seen the players for a while, you know, all they need to do now is really focus on this engine upgrade. I also put Love Evolved because, you know, we tend to always have our Valentine's Day event in February too. Never anything too exciting. It's more just about like having the cool wild dino colors and all of that. Now, as we move into March 2025, this is the one I know a lot of players are waiting for. The Ragnarok Ascended launch with the giant bison, new paid content and cosmetics. So yes, the map that a lot of players have been waiting for a long time for Ascended has been confirmed to come March 2025. Really looking forward to this. This is definitely my favorite ever map, and I don't think that will ever change unless the new DLC that comes out, we'll talk about that later, is any better. But it's just been my home map for such a long time, back on the days of ARK Survival Evolved. It holds such great memories of me being like 17, 18 years old, and you know, just having that fun feeling of just, yes, there was, I used to call it Ragnarok back in the day. It had its problems there, but overall it was the best map for me, and I always went to Ragnarok. Anytime I recorded content, anytime I did a series, it was always on Ragnarok. As I said, the giant bison is coming completely free as the free completely free as the paid creature, right? That's great, isn't it, Dom? No, but there will probably be a paid creature as well, like a fantastic tames that comes with this, and we've already seen that there is new armor coming to Ragnarok. We don't know if it's cosmetics, but I'm guessing it's going to be some form of pack that you can purchase alongside the map being free. So once March is kind of over, obviously there'll be bug fixing stuff in April, but we'll also see Excellent Adventure. It's the Easter event that Wildcard do every single April, and again, it's actually, do you know what? It's actually a bit of an underrated event, Excellent Adventure. Like, it's not up there with Fear Ascended or Winter Wonderland, but it's definitely an underrated one. So really looking forward to that. Then for May, I literally just put not much, and that's the best I can say it. Now, you guys know that Studio Wildcard and Snail Games have said that they're now in a 3-month DLC release schedule. They said 2 months didn't give them enough time to work on it and make it as perfect as possible. So obviously for May, I think it will be quite a quiet month this year for Ark Survival Ascended. Obviously things can change, but that's currently what I am expecting. Now, June. This is going to most likely, for me, be one of the biggest months. I mean, is it bigger than Ragnarok? I don't know. But I have put the Lost Colony new paid story DLC. So rumours going around the community is that the Lost Colony is going to be coming before Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. It's meant to be planned in a Rat Prime, and as we've been told, this sort of storyline, I mean, I'm big on the lore, but I wouldn't say I'm like massively into the lore. I do like, I mean, sometimes, I mean, I've literally sat and watched a 2.5 hour lore video on World of Warcraft the other day. Like, I do get really into the lore of things, but with Ark, I definitely feel like there's more I can dive in. I like watching Neddy's videos and everything like that. If you guys haven't seen Neddy, I definitely recommend you check out his videos. They're really good. But the Lost Colony is announced as what's going to be the next story DLC. And if it is going to be the one coming up before Genesis, then it will be June, as long as they stick to their 3-month release schedule. So really looking forward to seeing what new mechanics they've told us. They've told us it's going to be different from any other DLC before, like we've ever seen. So I can't wait for that, and I'm sure it will be a lot of fun. Now, come July, 2025, I've just put the Summer Bash. It's the summer event we tend to get every year, just to spread a little bit of joy when the sun's shining, because we're about to go for a period right now. Obviously, we've got Christmas, which is all fun and lovely, and then you get to January, February, March, and you got a lot of winter times, and it's always a little bit kind of, you start asking for the sun after a little while. So the Summer Bash is to celebrate that, and obviously you get boosted rates on official servers and the wild dino colors. Now into August, again, I have just put down not much, same as May. The one thing that I'm very interested is that will happen this year is if Wildcard are planning on trying to squeeze in more DLCs, with the timing they have. I would personally prefer them to stick to the same schedule they have been working on, because if they can release us DLCs with the content as good as Extinction was, I would rather them take that 3 months time to work on something. Like, the game needs all the content for sure, but I want it to be perfect. I want Ragnarok to be perfect. I want the Lost Colony to be perfect. So I definitely think it's better doing that rather than rushing the maps out. I used to think before, I just need all the maps now on the game. But now I've seen how well and how much effort was put into Extinction. I definitely think waiting that little bit longer and having those quiet months to work on the next maps is definitely a good idea. So come September, now, this could either be one of two things. We have been told that Valguero Ascended is actually coming in 2025. I didn't expect it to actually be coming, and I thought they were going to focus on just the story maps, but they have said it is coming in 2025, and I've put it as September, and I put Valguero launch with the new community voted creature. So there's going to be a time coming up soon where we're going to be able to vote for what creature we want to come to Valguero. That'll be sometime next year, and then obviously there's going to be new paid content now, because that's the way it works. And by the way, my mind has changed, and I'm sure there's going to be many players out there that are like, Dom, you've turned to the dark side. How can you do this to us? But when I paid my 25 or whatever it was pound, and it was like, $29 for Bobstall Tales all the way back in April for Scorched Earth, the content I have received in ARK for the price, I have been I've been over the moon. I couldn't have spent a better bit of money, in my personal opinion, in a gaming sense. I've had way enough content to have fun for the price I've spent. It's felt like a totally new game to me with all of the new content, and I've loved it. Yes, do I agree the pay-to-win side of things is still very dodgy and there needs to be careful with it. And I am a PvE player these days, so I don't PvP that often. I was a massive survival of the fittest player. I do love PvP, but I am not involved in the PvP universe, so I do understand some of my points may come across very PvE. So I do apologize for that, but that's just the current state of where I am as an ARK player. So that is September. Now we move into October and we have Fear Ascended 2, obviously the Halloween event, which nearly didn't come this year, but luckily they're back on track with events and they're sticking to the timings that they're going to do for these DLCs. So October is always a spooky Fear Ascended month. Now, this is a real interesting one moving into November, and the reason why I say that, guys, is it's Extra Life 2025, but I've put in massive capital letters on my note page for this video. ARK 2 finally properly revealed. So, yes, I know this game got announced at the Game Awards 2020, and we're moving into 2025 over 4 years later, and we've still barely seen anything of ARK 2. We've not even seen any gameplay of it, and it's completely quiet at the moment. And the only thing we've really heard is they're testing things with ASA at the moment to work out with what they're going to be doing with ARK 2. So the reason I say that I think there could be, there's two things that could be at Extra Life. ARK 2 finally gets properly revealed and we see some gameplay, which would be the most craziest thing I think anyone could ever imagine. Or Studio Wildcard will plan for one more paid DLC after ASA. I don't know. See, this is the thing. It could be a new paid, another one after the Lost Colony, or it could be ARK 2. But if it's not ARK 2 this year, then I can't see when that game's ever coming. So that's pretty much where I see it. There has to be some form of reveal for ARK 2, and I don't know when it's going to be, but if we don't get it soon, I just don't know when it's ever coming. And finally, ending off the year, December 2025, we have Genesis Part 1 and the launch of Bob's True Tales 1. Now, Bob's True Tales is the follow-up from Bob's Tall Tales that we received this year. And the thing is, right, as I said, it really depends on Wildcard's map release schedule this year. It would be pretty late to be releasing Genesis that late into the world, but they've said they really want to rebuild a lot of things with Genesis. They said this at Extra Life. They weren't really happy with how the missions came across, and I feel like they're really going to be rebuilding a lot from the ground with Genesis. So I actually don't think we will see it till December, and then maybe at the early 2026 we'll start to see the other community maps. We've still got Fjorda, Lost Island, Crystal Isles, and the Genesis maps. But once they're all released, then that brings the game completely up to date with ARK Survival Evolved. We'll have new content in there and a very exciting future, hopefully. But there, guys, that is actually going to summarize the entire year so far that we know for ARK in 2025. Let me know what you're most looking forward to it. What's the thing that sort of catches your eye the most? What makes you feel like, I'm really looking forward to that this month? Now, by the way, these months aren't confirmed months. Apart from the only confirmed months is Ragnarok in March. Obviously, the events like Excellent Adventure, and the rest, and Summer Bash and Fear Ascended, and the rest of the stuff is coming. We just don't know what months, but I've placed it in what their release schedule is to try and make it make sense. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, catch you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching.